What if your anxiety isn't a problem? What if it's a message? Carl Jung didn't see anxiety as something to get rid of. He saw it as something to understand. Because anxiety, in Jung's view, is the tension between the life you're living and the life that wants to live through you. It's the soul's protest against the false self, the symptom of disconnection, the alarm that you're not aligned. You think you're broken, but maybe you're just not being honest, not honest about your needs, your dreams, your truth, your boundaries, your pain. Anxiety rises when your inner world is screaming, but your outer life keeps pretending. You go to a job that drains you. You say yes when you mean no. You hold back tears to appear strong. You stay in places that no longer fit, and the body, it keeps the score. Racing thoughts, tight chest, shaky hands, sleepless nights, not random, not weakness, a signal. Jung believed that anxiety is often the beginning of transformation, a crack in the ego, a rupture in the mask. It's the soul's way of saying, I can't live like this anymore. But instead of listening, we numb it, suppress it, pathologize it. We try to silence the symptom instead of exploring the cause. Jung encouraged us to ask, what am I afraid to feel? What am I avoiding? What part of me have I rejected? Because behind anxiety is an unlived life, the life where you say what you mean, where you leave what hurts, where you follow what calls you, where you stop shrinking to fit in. And that shift from suppression to expression is how healing begins. But it's not easy, because anxiety doesn't come from nowhere. It's rooted in early wounds, in stories you were told, in beliefs you internalized. Be quiet, be strong, don't be difficult, make everyone proud, stay in line. You followed the rules, you got good at hiding, but now it's catching up. The shadow rises, the soul speaks, and the body responds. Jung said that neurosis is the suffering of a soul that has not discovered its meaning. So ask, what wants to change? What wants to be felt? What wants to be said? Maybe the anxiety isn't asking for medication, it's asking for honesty, not just surface honesty, but deep truth. The truth that says, I'm not okay, I don't want this, I feel lost, I feel numb, I don't know who I am anymore. And that truth, when welcomed, opens the door to healing, because Jung believed that symptoms are symbolic. The psyche doesn't waste energy. If it's creating distress, it's creating it for a reason. The panic, maybe it's the part of you that's tired of being silenced. The fear, maybe it's the part of you that doesn't want to fake it anymore. The restlessness, maybe it's the part of you that knows your life could be more. When you listen to the symptom, you begin to transform the system. And that transformation doesn't start with control, it starts with curiosity. Jung's approach wasn't to fight anxiety, but to dialogue with it. To ask, why are you here? What are you protecting me from? What pain are you trying to express? And the answers, they don't always come in words. Sometimes they come in images, in dreams, in body sensations, in tears you didn't know you had. That's healing, not the disappearance of the symptom, but the integration of the self, because anxiety isn't just the enemy, it's the guide. It points to the part of you that's asking to be brought back in. Jung believed in wholeness, not perfection. Wholeness, and that means making space for your fear, your mess, your longing, your contradictions. It means letting go of the image and meeting the truth. You don't have to be fine all the time. You don't have to smile through the ache. You don't have to know where you're going. You just have to be real. And in that realness, anxiety softens. Because now you're not fighting yourself, you're listening. And the part of you that's been screaming for years finally feels heard. So if you're feeling anxious, pause, not to escape, but to explore. Breathe into the fear. Journal the feeling. Speak the truth. Ask for help. Say no. Say yes to what scares you if it aligns with your soul. That's how you shift from anxiety as symptom to anxiety as signal, Carl Jung believed that the wound is the place where light enters. Maybe your anxiety is the beginning of awakening. Not the end of your strength, but the start of your becoming. So next time the tension rises, don't just reach for silence, reach for self, because underneath that panic is purpose, underneath that restlessness is your voice, and underneath that anxiety is the life that wants to be lived, your real life, your whole self, your truth, waiting. Listen,